Fans are not happy with UFC President Dana White over a social media post he made yesterday, and this is after we found out that UFC flyweight Alan Nascimento unfortunately passed away. I did a video on this yesterday due to a heart attack. So this happens, and then a couple hours later, UFC President Dana White posts this on his Instagram saying, "Great day," with a smiley face and a cigar, and you can see the whole post here. And Dana White has not said anything about Alan Nascimento passing away. His last tweet here was August 1st. If you go to his Instagram, same sort of thing. Just the story that he posted yesterday saying good day, but nothing on Alan Nascimento. And obviously the company did release something like I mentioned here, mentioning the tragic passing of Alan Nascimento. But yeah, this is not good timing. Or at the very least, Dana should have posted something about Alan Nascimento passing away. I think it would have saved him a lot of headache. People are not happy. If you go look at the quote tweet of this post, you can see here a lot of people. He has to be aware of one of the fighters on this roster passing away today. Read the room. One of his fighters almost died. Another one of his fighters literally did die today. Yeah. So also Danny Silva had a big health issue yesterday too, where he's in the hospital, some blood clots. So not a good day for two of his fighters, one of them passing away and then another one obviously in the hospital. So people are noticing that a fighter on his roster died today. So yeah, people are not happy, and understandably. Like Dana White, this is just him not thinking properly about this. So yeah, there's the Danny Silva one there. Like I mentioned, it's not a great day. One of your fighters passed away. Another one's career is in jeopardy. So yeah, I think Dana would have saved himself some heartache if he would have said something about this before. Well, definitely don't say great day. I would say I have some good news. You know what would have been better if Dana would have just come out and said, "Hey, really sorry to hear about Alan Nascimento. We'll take care of his family. Danny Silva, we see your health issues. We'll help you out too. But I do have some good news and I'll share you that soon." That would have avoided all this issue here. But unfortunately, Dana White is now hearing it all over social media. Not that he reads these comments, but tone deaf, all this different stuff. We have Renato Moicano. This is translated from Portuguese saying, "Damn man, Dana messed up on this one, posted the kid's photo, then Sigs, and we're just enjoying it. We really are passing through this cruel big world only Jesus saves." So people very upset about all this as well. See Ben Davis quote tweeting this, "Got to be one of Dana White's worst IG story posts ever." I agree. I think Dana just didn't think about this. He must have been aware of the news of Alan Nascimento, being passed away. I don't imagine things are getting posted on their social media without his approval. So yeah, I just think this is Dana just not thinking here. So I think fans do have a right to be upset because, again, of all captions, great day, you could say great news or great, something coming up. But again, this would have been a lot better if he just would have said something about Nascimento beforehand. One of the athletes from the guy's company dies. The next story he posts, great day smoking a cigar. At the very least, terrible taste. It's likely he doesn't even remember who Alan was. I'm sure he knows who Alan Nascimento was, but the absolute worm. So yeah, people are not happy, and I don't blame them. Anytime there's a death or anything like that, you got to be really careful about what you're posting on social media. And, of course, there's going to be people. Again, there's the UFC can do no wrong crowd. Here's a guy right here. What do you want him to do? Cry when he didn't know him well? No, how about have a little bit of empathy, or wait to post this maybe the day after, or don't use the caption "great day." You're reaching once again. I don't think he's reaching. It's in bad taste. How do you think Alan Nascimento's family feels seeing this? Listen, I'm not someone, I don't like the purity police. I don't like the virtue signaling and the wokeness and all that stuff. You guys know I'm not a fan of that stuff. Not that that's what this is, but I guess my point is I don't like policing a lot of people on social media, but this is just bad taste. And it could have been easily avoided. I think that's a very fair take. I don't think that's a radical take to say, Dana White, maybe wait until the next day to post something great day or great news or whatever. That would just be my advice. Because again, this is picking up like wildfire. I'm sure this will get swept under the rug at some point. I mean, Dana White's done a lot of things that people are not happy about. But you can see here, people are outraged. Okay, now, with all that out of the way, what does Dana mean with this post here? My initial thought when I saw this post is, he signed Usman Nurmagomedov. This is something I've done a couple videos on this already. Did the video on Jake Paul absolutely blowing it with Usman after his win, saying, "I'll give you a car next time." No, you give him the car now. He just won his fight. You want to keep him in the promotion. You give him incentive to stay. You don't tell him next time. There might be no next time. In fact, I don't think there's going to be a next time. And then obviously, and then there's the whole thing with Khabib after, which I didn't even mention in the Jake Paul video after, with Jake Paul just looking like a complete moron. So there's that. And then, yeah, so my initial thoughts on this was Usman is signed with the UFC, although he is wearing the Zuffa boxing shirt. So Dana has done some very sneaky, by the way, you notice that like, you don't get a lot of boxing news leaked from Dana White for whatever reason. I don't know if it's because a lot of the MMA guys are focused on MMA or the boxing guys aren't connected to Zuffa boxing, but you don't hear a lot of stuff leaked. So could be something boxing related. I don't know enough about boxing. Like I am a very casual observer of boxing when it comes to, you know, the fights and the champions and all that. And I will obviously watch the big fights, but I'm not up to date on like who's available and what big fights can be made. So I couldn't even tell you what boxing fight he's referencing if that's the case. But my gut feeling is he's talking about Usman Nurmagomedov. It does seem a little bit soon since the fight on Saturday. You got to imagine there's going to be some negotiating. Maybe there isn't. But like I mentioned in my last video, when Dana White was asked about Usman Nurmagomedov at the press conference, or at Oscar Willis asked him, he said, he's basically like, yeah, like we're interested, like sure. And then he had the smiley face emoji. Like, you just don't see Dana do that a lot with fighters here. And I don't blame him. Usman would be a huge add to the UFC's lightweight division. So that's kind of what I think he's referencing here. Again, this post got 1.3 million views. And, some people completely forgot about Allen passing away. But then you've got other people that are mentioning this. Becomes more apparent every day that Dana's a narcissist. Don't know if today was the best of days. Explain to the people who don't know why Dana posting was disrespectful. Why don't you just post the clip of Alan Massimento not being here anymore? Looks like the news for Zuffa, just going off the intentional Zuffa shirt. So I thought that too. So it could be some boxing stuff as well. So yeah, it's either, so I think it's either Usman being signed or some boxing fight. And what was the story before this? It's disrespectful. Oh, so you know what? Kind of from these posts, it looks like maybe Dana posted the Allen stuff beforehand and then did that. But it would be good if the president of the company came out and said something about Alan Nascimento. Again, we're talking about a 34-year-old, relatively healthy fighter that suddenly passes away. It's not good news there. Looks like it's something about John Johns. Come on, guys. We got to spell a little bit better here. Hope it was a good one. Fighters just died today. So you're getting kind of mixed reviews because, of course, there's going to be UFC fans that completely ignore that Alan Massimento passed away or Danny Silva's having issues. There's going to be people that defend Dana White no matter what. And we've seen these fans. Dana can do no wrong. The UFC can do no wrong crowd. That is still a thing. Read the room. Bro just signed Usman. Yeah. So you're getting a variety of like, bro just signed Usman. Read the room, man. Having a great day. I hate Dana so much. I mean, this is literally in sequence. He just signed Usman. Probably about boxing. Looks pretty gay. I don't know what that has anything to do with it. Christ. Kind of insane to post this after what happened. So yeah, if anyone's watching this, just a general rule, if there's anyone that has died or passed away, don't post on social media unless it's something acknowledging that in a positive manner. That's just like social media 101. So yeah, Dana White, not good timing on this one. We'll see what comes out of this. But yeah, that's why Dana White is getting a lot of crap right now. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I would imagine most people are going to agree with me here. Bad timing here by Dana. What do you think the news is? Let me know in the comments. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, @Lynch on Sports. My name is James Lynch. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.